Polls, ladies and gentlemen, in Delhi, just days away. The Yamuna has been at the centre stage of a fierce political battle between the Aam Aadmi Party, Congress and the BJP. Former Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal went and met the Election Commission, who said they gave him a very patient hearing. Arvind Kejriwal has accused the BJP of poisoning the Yamuna, but clarified to the Election Commission that AAP's efforts have restored the water treatment plants. In fact, Arvind Kejriwal has taken on the Election Commission, accusing it of hounding him. Arvind Kejriwal insists that ammonia levels in the Yamuna spiked due to Haryana government and that the proof is undeniable.
दिल्ली के लोगों को मैं बधाई देना चाहता हूं। आज हम लोगों का आम आदमी पार्टी की दिल्ली सरकार और दिल्ली के 2-2.5 करोड़ लोगों का संघर्ष सफल हुआ और नतीजा लाया। 26-27 जनवरी को दिल्ली में जो हरियाणा सरकार जहरीला पानी भेज रही थी 7 ppm अमोनिया के साथ, आज वो 2.1 अमोनिया पे आ गया है। 2.1 अमोनिया के साथ मोस्टली हमारे वाटर ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट ठीक चल सकते हैं और लोगों को ठीक ठाक पानी मिल सकता है। हमारे संघर्ष की वजह से ये पानी नीचे आया, एमोनिया का लेवल नीचे आया। ये साफ जाहिर करता है कि साजिशन ये पानी भारतीय जनता पार्टी की हरियाणा सरकार द्वारा दिल्ली के अंदर त्राही करने के लिए भेजा गया था। अगर उनका इस पे कंट्रोल नहीं होता तो ये अचानक पानी के अंदर पीपीएम बढ़ कैसे गया और अचानक ये पानी पीपीएच शोर करने पे पीपीएम घट कैसे गया। इलेक्शन कमीशन ने मुझे एक नोटिस भेजा, मैंने उसका जवाब दे दिया। फिर इलेक्शन कमीशन ने दूसरा नोटिस भेजा। उससे ऐसा लगता है कि वो ऑलरेडी तय कर चुके हैं कि उन्हें क्या सजा सुनानी है।
But the war of words doesn't end there. In a fresh jibe at the Election Commission, the Aam Aadmi Party Supremo released a warning for the poll body, insisting that failure to act against the Haryana government and BJP leaders will expose its bias. The Election Commission, meanwhile, responded, saying it gave Arvind Kejriwal a patient hearing at a very short notice. The poll body also added that despite personal attacks and political pressure, they will examine the reply in detail and make a decision based on merit. I'm being joined at this point by Preeti Sharma Menon, who's a spokesperson for the Aam Aadmi Party, Pradeep Maur, who's a leader for the BJP, Dr. Pooja Tripathi, who's a spokesperson for Congress, Dr. Mohammad Amin, who's a former joint director of the Election Commission of India, and Bhavreen Kandari, who's an environmentalist and member for My Right to Breathe. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us. Well, let me just go straight to you, Mr. Pradeep Maur. Pradeep Maur, you've heard what Arvind Kejriwal has said. Arvind Kejriwal is accusing the BJP and the Election Commission of joining hands against him and his party and hounding him. All right, we seem to have some issue with that. But Dr. Pooja Tripathi, how do you look at the allegations of what Arvind Kejriwal has made after meeting the Election Commission?
I think Arvind Kejriwal is a master of theatrics, Sneha. You know, every other day he comes up with one insane allegation or the other. This is the same Arvind Kejriwal who promised in 2015 कि हम यमुना में पिकनिक मना के आएंगे. In 2020 he said अगले 4 साल में मैं पूरे गांव को यमुना में डुबकी लगाने के लिए ले जाऊंगा और अगर यमुना साफ नहीं होती तो आप मुझे वोट मत दीजिएगा. And just few days before election, just a week before election, he comes out with this, he accuses a democratically elected state government of poisoning, of causing public harm, of a genocide. So Congress stand is very clear. If Arvind Kejriwal is right, if he has actually gone on to prove his allegations to Election Commission, he should, there should be an action against Haryana Chief Minister. And if his action is wrong, he should be debarred from elections and he should be arrested just because he's claiming something about the public hazard. This is the same Arvind Kejriwal, who said out of the 37 sewage treatment plants, 21, this is his report, his government's report that has been given to NGT. 21 don't work, 75% don't have the capacity to treat the fecal coliform that Yamuna is. Yamuna has literally turned into a drain, and the 22 drains that drain the industrial wastage, that drains the domestic wastage. The same Arvind Kejriwal who said ki Purvanchalis who inhabit the wetlands of Yamuna are responsible for Yamuna pollution. Arvind Kejriwal comes up with one excuse, another excuse. Sheila Dikshit ji created 30 sewage treatment plants. He has not even created he has not even upgraded one sewage treatment plants in the last 10 years.
Okay, let me get in Preeti Sharma Menon at this point. Preeti Sharma Menon, is this fear mongering for votes?
The Aam Aadmi Party is comfortably winning the Delhi election, and BJP is losing it really, really badly. I don't know who the lady is, since I don't have a screen in front of me, but she appeared like the BJP spokesperson. I would like to tell her that the issue is not of the sewage treatment of the Yamuna when it is flowing. Well, they sound the same nowadays. It is not the issue of the Yamuna flowing through Delhi, which we have admitted needs work, and we shall do it. We are not the kind of people who promise something and fail to do it and then will hide it from you. We won't call it a jumla. We won't deny it. We won't promise something and take it back like the BJP has done in Maharashtra. Everyone was a ladki behan. Now 65 lakh women are no longer the loving sisters of our chief ministers of Maharashtra. We have admitted that the Ganga flowing through Delhi needs cleaning, needs lot of work. We have laid 6,300 kilometers of sewage pipes. They have to be diverted to STPs. New STPs need to be created.
Okay.
We admit to all of that.
Okay.
The issue is of the water that is coming into the Wazirabad barrage. No, just let me complete it. The pollutant of ammonia does not come from sewage drains. The pollutant of ammonia comes from industrial waste. There are no industries in Delhi. These industries are in Haryana. All this pollutant has come from Jagadri, from places like that where industries are disposing their sewage directly into the ammonia. And ammonia levels rise. They rise to 2 and 3. They've never risen to 6 and 7
Preeti
and
Sharma
7.2.
I'm interrupting you because I'm coming right back to you itself.
And when we raise the voice,
here's my question. Firstly, because you said that you do not know who the earlier panelist was who spoke before you. I'm just presuming it's not a jibe that you took. That was Pooja Tripathi, Dr. Pooja Tripathi, a Congress spokesperson. Nonetheless, and I don't think BJP will praise Sheila Dikshit, so at least at that point it was very, very distinct. But nonetheless, Preeti Sharma Menon, my question to you is, it's a very pointed question. At what point in course of governance of Arvind Kejriwal or Atishi as the chief minister, did the Aam Aadmi Party government get to know that Nayab Singh Saini was poisoning Yamuna? At which point, which year, which month?
So I have with me, this is the 2024 report, okay? Here is where the Jal Board, Delhi Jal Board is telling Haryana, this is, I think, November 2024, that ammonia levels are rising. This is Delhi Jal Board. Then I have one more where NGT is telling Haryana that the ammonia levels are rising. This has happened last year too. I have one more report somewhere, I can share it with you, where the Delhi government is telling him. This year, since December, Atishi ji has been trying to contact Haryana CM on the phone. Do you know what Haryana CM told about Atishi ji?
My question is not that. My question is not that. Preeti Sharma Menon. My question is, at which point, which year, which month did you get to know that a chief minister of a state is poisoning Yamuna?
There are various times when ammonia levels have risen. They have risen to 2 and 3. We have added good water and brought down the ammonia levels and treated that water. But we have always informed the Haryana government about it. This time, since Jan 14th, it kept regularly rising. And then he stopped answering our calls. Obviously, it raised suspicions. Immediately, it was clear that suddenly, if the ammonia level is rising from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 6 to 7, which is unnatural, unheard of, it does not happen ever. It is an unnatural level, and you keep telling me where do you get this data from? The CEO of Delhi Jal Board.
No, I did not ask you where did you get this data from, Preeti Sharma Menon. I did not ask you where. I know where is this data from. I am aware of the ammonia levels in Yamuna. That's not my question. But since you're choosing not to answer my question, before I go to BJP to respond to what you're saying, Preeti Sharma Menon, my next question, for something so serious that a chief minister of a state, who's poisoning Yamuna, why did you not file a FIR against him?
Well, we first tried to speak to him. Atishi ji tried to speak to him. He stopped taking her calls. Then Bhagwant Mann Sahab intervened and tried to speak on behalf of Delhi government to Haryana government. He spoke to him, but he did not take Atishi ji's calls again. And that is why we went to the EC. Because during the election times, it is the EC who has the authority to take action. And we first went to the EC, submitted a letter, and then Atishi ji took a press conference. So we did all the protocol that was necessary to contact the Haryana government and tell them to cease and desist from allowing affluents to poison the water to such an extent that water scarcity was becoming a real problem for Delhi. And look at the magic. The moment we complained,
Pradeep Maur, please come in. Preeti Sharma Menon, the spokesperson for Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal, the former Chief Minister of Delhi, they are raising one point and they are saying the Chief Minister, the elected Chief Minister and the appointed Chief Minister has gone incommunicado. They have refused to take calls of the Aam Aadmi Party, including the Chief Minister of a government of Delhi. They have gone completely unresponsive. Pooja Tripathi, I'll just come to you, but I think Pradeep Maur has a right to respond.
If there was some issue of not picking up calls, they could have lodged an FIR because this is a very, very serious case. Actually, there are two issues. One issue was that they were claiming that somebody is adding poisonous substances to the water that is coming to Delhi. One point, and now what they're saying is that they are getting a polluted water. These are two different issues. Understand? Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party need to understand that whenever they say something that has serious implications, when they were asked now, so now they are on the back foot. What they are saying is Kejriwal said that he only wanted to highlight urgent public healthcare crisis. There's a hell lot of difference between raising a healthcare crisis and asking somebody or pointing out on somebody that, you are adding poison to Yamuna water. Now, I'll tell you the main issue. What happened? NGT issued 28 National Green Terminal. They issued 28 orders to Delhi government saying that there is a pollution in the rivers and NGT orders were not followed. Even the Delhi Judge Board itself submitted a report that there are 40 STPs and this was on 13th of August. And this is a current issue, which this report comes on January itself. So point is that they are not able to address the issue. So what they did was they started blaming somebody else, as they always do. What they do is when they are not able to handle something, they blame it on somebody. And they have a notion that at least few people are going to believe it. Today, they create a massacre. It's a complete, mess.
Okay, Pooja Tripathi, come in. You had a point to make. Go ahead, Pooja Tripathi, and I'll go to Preeti Sharma Menon in a bit.
I think Sneha, the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson can take multiple jibes at me. I don't mind. But she actually said that when Ganga enters, she should know that she is referring to Yamuna. And this is not just a birthday wish. Atishi ji and CM Arvind Kejriwal dialed Nayaab Singh Saini. He didn't pick up. You are actually accusing a state government of genocide and creating a public health hazard when you are accusing the serious crime. You should have first gone and filed an FIR against Nayaab Singh Saini and the officials involved with, sending water to Delhi. But no, they had to make, and when, your question was right, when? I'll tell you when. When? Because just a week before election, they just woke up and they said they have done nothing about Yamuna. So let's create a hoopla around it. Let's create a ruckus around it. And let's create let's sensationalize the issue. While Delhi, consumes the toxic Yamuna, Delhi consumes the toxic air, and they do absolutely nothing about it. This is Aam Aadmi Party.
Before I go to Preeti Sharma Menon, let me just at this point very quickly go across to the Election Commission of India representative, a former official appointee for that matter, Dr. Mohammed Amin. Dr. Mohammed Amin, a former chief minister of the national capital, has accused the Election Commission of hounding him.
Actually, the habit of the Kejriwalis or the opposition parties are having always the blaming to the Election Commission in all respect. Actually, everybody knows that this time is the election is going on in the Delhi state, and this is the violation of the Model Code of Conduct. What he did, that's why the Election Commission has given the notice. And what he's blaming, that he's blaming that the Election Commission is the working under the central government, and that's why he's blaming to the also that he's related with the BJP. How he can blame to the Election Commission is related with the BJP? Always he's telling, I'm in this concern, I'm telling you, just mentioning why the Election Commission has taken the cognizance and the complaints. Delhi Jail Board CEO has already said this is incorrect, baseless, and misleading statement in the public domain. That's why the Election Commission has given the notices. And you see today, he cannot blame to the Election Commission. Why? Election Commission has always respect to the all stakeholders of the party. Today he has gone with their two chief ministers and met the without the appointment. The Election Commission has gone and he has taken the time to hearing of by the Election Commission. This is the justification of the Election Commission. Always he is working clearly, not to anyone, for everyone.
Well, I think not many political parties will agree with what you are saying. It may be different in this particular context. But Preeti Sharma Menon, please come and respond to what you heard, both from Dr. Pooja Tripathi as well as from Dr. Amin.
Thank you very much. I hope I get a chance to respond without too many interruptions. Of course, you can intercede whenever you'd like to. Firstly, what I'd like to point out is, if you know that yesterday the residence of the Punjab Chief Minister was raided by the Election Commission on an anonymous tip. Whereas, to show you a parallel, we have submitted video proof of Parvesh Verma personally distributing everything from shoes to blankets to saris to money. Multiple media channels have displayed video recordings of people of the BJP counting money, distributing money in BJP offices. Not a single person has been raided. Wait 1 minute, let me complete. There has been no raid on Parvesh Verma's residence. There has been no raid on any BJP leader.
How do you respond to how do you respond to what Preeti Sharma is saying? She's saying you pick up an issue that works the best to your convenience.
This is absolutely very, very, very sad for citizens, like us who are just watching this political bickering, and not now, throughout the year and years. Water and the Yamuna are the lifelines of Delhi. Rather, even clean air and water, it's our constitutional right. Article 21 gives us, our children, us, the birthright to, it's their responsibility, it's the government's responsibility. And if one is not doing, the other has to jump in. There is something that needs, a togetherness. There has to be a willingness to cooperate with each other and ensure this for the citizens, because it is our constitutional right. Do they even understand what that means? And the protection is not just... it's not an environmental necessity. It's about the health of 33 million people, and which is really, really, really affecting the numbers, whether it is the air pollution or the water now. In fact, the government should have been working on, there's just huge number of typhoid cases that have gone up phenomenally. Probably there are not many studies that have been brought in, or things like this to make it better, to actually, introspect and work on goals together. It's very disheartening to see this. And just before the elections, now this conversation has begun. But sorry to say, the water is toxic. Throughout the year and years, like I've said on the last show also, you had somebody fantastic
and is
on
likely
the show,
to be even after this election.
Thank you, Pankaj Kumar, who was actually citizens who are on the ground, showing you the violations, showing you the various toxicity levels and what is really happening on the ground, this should be the government's job. But instead of that, the citizens are showing you. Last 2024 in July, there was a viral video of Pani Pani, Blue Hai Pani. That is from, Nathupur, Bawari, the Burari. These were the areas that were showing the picture. Fortunately now people have, phones and access to cameras. So everything, tends to get recorded and, it's very easy. In fact, the citizens have become the eyes and ears of the government and they should be respected for that. And the various violations that are being shown should have been worked on, but obviously not, and that is why we are here. So this is totally
I
a
think
political
Bhaveen
game.
is an environmentalist and her tone and tenor is absolutely clear. She's completely let down of this. But I was also wanting to go and I had asked Dr. Mohammad Amin very quickly respond because I want to end with Preeti Sharma Menon. So Mr. Amin, Preeti Sharma Menon is saying the Election Commission of India acts on its convenience.
He has heard about the FIRs against the Pravesh Sharma. How many FIRs has done by our observers and our officials against the Pravesh Sharma? She can reply for that. So many FIRs against the Pravesh Sharma by the Election Commission officials, and that is under consideration of the Election Commission. What she can to say about that? Always blaming to the Election Commission
Preeti
that
Sharma
the
Menon,
officials are
last 40 seconds to you.
favoring to the ruling party. Tell Preeti.
So that's exactly what I am saying, that when Parvesh Sharma does something, there is only an FIR registered against him, which will be disposed of the way they would like to. But an anonymous tip, they come with paramilitary forces to the residence of the Chief Minister of Punjab. The BJP has already displayed that they have a lot of disrespect for Punjabis. Parvesh Sharma has said that Punjabi
Preeti Sharma Menon, please stick to what we are talking. Please stick to what we are talking. Preeti Sharma Menon, this is, I think, a very important issue we are talking, Preeti. Please stick to the topic. I'm giving you the last 40 seconds. Please stick to the topic.
I am trying to respond, but I am always interrupted. Everybody else is given time, but I am...
Go ahead, Preeti. Please stick to the topic. I'm giving you 40 seconds. Please go ahead.
Let me speak at all.
Please go ahead, Ms. Preeti.
The topic is very simple. Arvind Kejriwal is the only one who cares about the people of Delhi, the kind of water supply that they're getting and whether they're getting adequate water supply. The Prime Minister proudly said that 11 years he's been drinking this water and it's great. It's great because the Delhi government has been cleaning it and supplying it. So I'm glad that he admitted that we are supplying him great water. We want to continue to do so, and that is why we raised the noise, and if we hadn't, the ammonia would have continued to be at the level of 7. The moment we raised the voice, the water went down. The CM of Haryana went and pretended to drink that water. He vomited over there. He took a second drip, which was almost like an empty, a handful of water. We saw the fast working out right there. The water is not consumable. If we had not raised the voice, either we would get contaminated water or we would get no water. Thank God that Arvind Kejriwal raised his voice.
Pradeep Maur, 30 seconds. I have to go to you for a right to respond. Pradeep Maur, go ahead. 30 seconds.
And that is how...
30 seconds, Pradeep Maur.
They are digressing the topic. I mean, we just heard, how she takes upon, different jumps and, tries to digress the topic. What actually the thing is, they are trying to fool the people of Delhi. The water problem is created by them. This is what the news is. Completely not acceptable, says High Court warns Delhi Jail Board for contempt of court over SPPs discharging effluents into Yamuna. So if Delhi, the effluent
I'm afraid we're totally out of time, sir.
Sewage is getting into Yamuna, so that's simple.
We're totally out of time.
That, they are not able to handle the issue, so they are blaming on somebody. This is their way. This is the normal
Preeti
process.
Sharma Menon, thank you very much for your time. Pradeep Mahor, thank you very much. Dr. Pooja Tripathi, thank you very much. Dr. Mohammad Amin, thank you very much. And Bhaveen Kandari, unfortunately, I think it looks like a reality. It's going to be another whole year where we're going to be discussing all of this and just breathing toxic air and drinking toxic water as well. That's the reality of the national capital amid all the political rhetoric. Up next at 7 o'clock, my colleague Shreya Upadhyay takes it over.